Park your ass down, ladies and gentlemen, while I see what's up with this game. Jurassic Park was a game released for the Game Boy in 1993. The game condenses the story and the characters of the Jurassic Park movie down into 8-bit. As such, you play as Dr. Alan Grant, and must murder enough dinosaurs to be technically classified as an extinction event. The first thing you'll notice when playing is that the controls are really strange. Actually, that's not true. The first thing that you'll notice is that Dr. Grant looks like he's pissed himself when he walks diagonally, but after that it's the controls. The player can jump by pressing the A button and shoot by pressing B. Shooting is clunky and inaccurate as the gun is somewhat offset, forcing the player to manoeuvre in a really awkward way. Instead of standing right in front of your target, you have to stand slightly to the left. The jump, on the other hand, is literally useless. It has no function whatsoever. So, in a game where you exclusively jump and shoot, the jumping doesn't work, and the shooting doesn't work. Brilliant. The awkwardness is compounded by the fact that ammo is incredibly scarce. Dinosaurs drop ammo once they die, but that only replenishes the amount of ammo it took to kill them in the first place. In order to break even, you have to be perfectly accurate, never miss a shot, and never shoot one bullet too many. This reduces the pace of the game significantly, and what I find interesting is that I quite like it. It gives weight to every encounter. It makes sure that you're not just running in guns blazing, but instead lining up your shots and thinking about every fight. The goal of the first level is to collect 20 dinosaur eggs and save Tim from a Triceratops stampede. To do this, you have to open the gate by accessing Mr. DNA at one of the terminals. As you're wandering all over the place looking for the right terminal, you'll begin to notice how often the game completely blindsides you. Item boxes have random effects. They'll either heal you, make you invincible, or take off a huge chunk of your health. There's no way to tell what effect a box will have beforehand. Dinosaurs have a particular fondness for jumping out of nowhere. This guy, for example, just hops out and gobs all over you like a football player. So taken aback are you by his lack of social clout that you're physically injured by it. Grant has a doctorate, show some bloody respect. There's also this bit where you finally access a terminal. Fortunately, there are no dinosaurs around because that would be a right arseache, you bloody con man. Again, I actually really kinda like this. It's impressive to have a Game Boy game try to tell a story through its gameplay. Plus, you can be rid of the raptor simply by walking through the door. As anybody who's seen Jurassic Park can tell you, raptors are too stupid to get through doors. The first boss sees Grant and Tim get caught in the middle of a Triceratops stampede. The boss encounters are really unique in this game. They rarely involve simply fighting a dinosaur. It makes them a lot more interesting than your typical boss battle. The second boss, for example, sees Grant and Lex running away from a T-Rex. No idea what happened to Tim, I presume that Grant ate him for sustenance. You can't kill the T-Rex, but you can deter it with gunfire. But as I've mentioned, ammo is pretty scarce, and wasting it all on the T-Rex isn't a great idea as ammo carries between levels. Lex doesn't help at all, she just keeps getting caught on these wads of chewing gum. But here's where the game gets a bit imaginative. By standing stock still, the Tyrannosaurus won't notice you. Its eyes are based on movement, just like in the film. This is what Lex is trying to communicate to you. It's a shame that she does such a shit job of it. Nobody who hadn't seen the film would have a snowball's chance of picking up what the game is putting down. But still, it's a pretty cool idea to implement such an iconic part of the movie so literally. And honestly, that sentence kinda sums up the whole game. It's a bunch of really cool and interesting ideas marred by some sloppy execution. Ultimately, I didn't make it past the second level before I got distracted by thoughts of Chris Pratt in the latest Jurassic World movie film. God, I love Chris Pratt. I love him no matter what size he is.